Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Rayman Origins. From the scorching heat of the desert sun, we're moving upwards to Skyward Sonata, which apparently takes place on some clouds. Let's check it out. So, desert nights are not known for their warmth, and this high up, it's gotta be freezing up here. Rayman's hardly appropriately dressed for this. It's quite alright though, because we get a pretty cool mode of transportation. A genuine windpipe snake. That generates a tune when you run on him. Of course, it's once again tuned to the music you're hearing in the background, which is a nice touch. So, quite a change of pace from the other levels in the desert. You can't really rush this level, you can't move onward fast, even if you can skip some sections. There are spots like this where you absolutely need the snake to proceed, so it's a speedrunner's nightmare, pretty much, but I'll cover that in the next video. I really like this secret. I guess it has to do with the drums. I like it that you have to be patient with them. If you try to rush it, there's a high chance you'll hit the upper drum, which will send you flying downwards to your imminent death. So, you gotta be a bit careful about that. So, lots of coins in this level. You definitely want to get all the coins. But whatever you do with this one, don't do what I did. There's a heart down here. Don't go back for it if you already missed it. You either want to grab the coin and then climb down the way you came up. Release the heart as you go. That is, going down right here. Or you can do what I do and release the heart beforehand and then grab it as you go. Both are perfectly viable options. If you do it my way, you don't really have to worry about the heart disappearing on you. It's gonna be there for quite a bit. You'll have more than enough time to get it. You shouldn't take that long getting the coin. And if you do, well, you're playing this game wrong. Well, that's the end of the second snake segment. And there's our second secret. I really used to dislike this secret area because I was going at it the wrong way. I was trying to reach the birds from below. There's only a small gap there. It's a lot easier to work your way around them. It saved me several minutes and lots of tries. Trying to reach those birds from below while you're running on the snake is the equivalent of running on a treadmill in real life, and while you're running on it, trying to jump through a small gap above you. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's been through that. It's a pain. It shouldn't be a necessary part of your life, and it shouldn't be a part of this game. What I'm trying to say here is, I'm glad I found a better way to go about it. If you look at the background, you can see that there's a lot more light now, and the stars have gone, so that either means that the desert nights here are extremely short, or we took a whole lot of time in between those rooms. Now, at first it may seem tempting to go for the bag, because the lumps kind of point you in that direction, but don't do it. There's only 3 lumps, there's no way you're gonna get them while you have to power up. And even if you did, it's 19 lumps less than the coin. And if you get the bag first, there's no way you have enough time for the coin as well. Speaking of coins, there's one hidden right above the entryway. Now this is kind of disappointing. You'd think there'd be something up here for jumping on those birds, but no. Nothing. They're just there. It's almost as if they forgot to put something in there. Okay, you want to hurry up a bit here. In order to get that coin, you need to ground stamp these drums and hover up here a bit. The snake doesn't wait around for you either, so you really have to hurry up. It'll definitely stump you the first time. And here, well, yeah, nothing much to that section. On your first time through that spiky area, you probably gotta try to adjust your position in accordance to the spikes. but that usually doesn't work. It's a much better strategy to just find a safe spot and stand still. I guarantee any other way will just get you killed, so you don't want to do that. Well, that took us over 5 minutes. I think that's the longest level we've seen so far. We can now cross the path to Hallelujah, who has a whole lot of nothing to say. Yeah, we're just gonna leave her to her one-word sentences and start running immediately, because as you can remember, the lumps are aligned just correctly if I start running right away. Otherwise, I might not get all of them. Well, I never get that one for some reason. You saw that wind coming from down there? You have to press jump at a very precise time to reach this one, and it just eludes me every single time. Oh, I'm just leaving them behind a whole lot, but it's okay. Still got quite enough for the medal. The most important section, of course, is the one at the end where you have to ground stomp the huge Electu in order to reach the lumps at the top. If you don't get those, there's no way to get the medal, but then again, you can always go back for them, so it's not a big deal. So moving on to Shooting Me Softly with his song. I think it's a rather good name for a musical themed shooting stage, don't you? So I like this one a lot better than the first flying stage. There are enemies that appear in groups of 2 now instead of 1, which either requires that you mash the fire button a lot faster, or you can use the enemies as the projectiles you saw before. It's a pretty good way of clearing out both of the groups at the same time, although I didn't quite get it this time. Now the best way to kill the group of birds here is to use the drum to ricochet your shots backwards, and just let the wind throw the lumps your way. You can go below the wind segment and kill the birds as they arc down, but if you stay above it, you'll never get them. I remember going through this level and being high above the birds, and just flying down, taking damage from them in order to get the entire group, which turned out to be entirely unnecessary, because this level just hands out lumps for you like there's no tomorrow. So, drums are great. Drums are awesome. They're your friend. You should get all the use you can out of them. You can ricochet your shots to goodies. You can get stuff you otherwise wouldn't because there are perils all around. So yeah, you definitely want to use those. They're great. Like here. You could get that back from the other side, but it's a lot safer that way. We're staying in the brightly lit area here in order to avoid the flies. They don't like lights. You can't hurt them, but if you touch them, they will instantly damage you. So you definitely want to stay out of their way. Some of the lights you turn on by yourself by shooting at the faces, and some of them are active all the time, the ones with the tuning fork in the middle. So, for maximum safety, always stay in the brightly lit area when you're crossing the desert on a mosquito. Thank you. You can get these bags by flying just kind of on them and firing, but of course drums are usually the safer choice. Help. Bombs. This doesn't bode well. Last time this happened there was a huge bird coming our way. What do you reckon we'll see this time? Oh god, it's not gonna be one of those huge flying honey badgers, is it? Well, we're not gonna actually see anything. There's no boss in this level, just these mines, so you can play Minesweeper for a bit and collect some additional lumps before the level's over, but that's the extent of it. Nothing much to it. And, is it getting cold in here? Yep, we've reached the next world, ladies and gentlemen. It's... well, there's ice, and there's... evil orange slices all around. So it's kind of an evil freezer that we're in. I'm betting that's some sort of lemonade flowing down there. So should I say from the desert to the dessert? No, I shouldn't have said that. No, I really shouldn't have. That was bad. You know, I like these kind of fast segments in shoot-em-ups, but this one, way too short, way too easy. It's over just as you're beginning to enjoy it. Oh dear, ice physics, already affecting our movement. This is not good. So yeah, now you know what's coming up. Platformers and ice. Why do game designers keep thinking it's a good idea to put ice in games? Everybody hates that shit. Oh well, we can still evade those icy physics for a while because we still have some stuff to do in the desert. Still don't have the tricky treasure, don't have the time trials. So join me next time for the final episode of The Desert. See you then.